Father Rodney. Father Rodney, I think it's time to wake up.
I don't want to
Oh,
wake
I think it's time to wake up.
I'm tired.
Oh. Something going on right now?
What time is it?
I don't know, like 6?
6 a.m.? I already did that today.
6 a.m. 6 p.m.
Oh!
6 p.m.
Oh no.
6 p.m.
Don't we have a fireside chat?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
What's today?
Today's
Tuesday? Wednesday? Thursday?
No, Monday. No, it's Tuesday.
It's Wednesday.
Uh-oh. You know what that means.
It's fireside chat time.
Oh.
It's fireside chat time.
Oh!
It's Wednesday,
Oh
6 p.m.
Why didn't you wake me up?
Well, I kind of fell asleep too.
Oh my. I'm just so tired.
Yeah, wow.
Are you tired?
Wow. A little bit.
Are you tired?
Anyone else tired out there?
I'm just exhausted. I'm so sick of COVID. I'm tired of it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm tired of... Yeah. Oh my, well...
We asked Alexa to play, and
She... Yeah.
what did she play?
Rockabye Baby.
By the Kaboom.
The Kaboomers. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening.
It's nice to have you back here so that we can have our 6th fireside chat. We're going to give everybody a couple of moments to log on and to get going.
Come back to us, Father. Gene Small-Belsky.
I think everyone is having a little COVID fatigue these days. I know that certainly parish staff,
Let's see, I'm going to share.
School staff, just about everyone is really feeling it. So,
wow.
But it was a beautiful day today.
It was gorgeous.
It was really nice to be
amazing.
outside. Unfortunately, I spent most of my day indoors here or at school, but I had a committal at the cemetery today, and it was actually beautiful to just be there
and be
outdoors.
Yeah.
It was really nice. So again, if you're just joining us, thank you for joining us for our 6th
welcome back.
Fireside
6
chat.
Fireside Chats.
It's amazing. It's been an amazing 7th.
And actually, today, I think, is the 7th. Well, we're right around the 7th month mark.
Right, because we went into full shutdown on the 16th of March.
Okay, and it's the 14th.
So today's the 14th. But we do have some interesting things that we'd like to talk about tonight. If you actually were with us at Mass this evening, you might have noticed that there were some technical issues. We
don't know what happened. We set up the live stream through Facebook as we always do, and then it said not finding camera.
Yeah.
So we kind of went out and went back in. It found the camera, but then it automatically readjusted the aspect, which created this distortion. Yeah. So
hopefully the sound was good.
Yeah, hopefully the sound was good. I think it was.
Yeah.
We just shut everything down, and hopefully tomorrow it will be back to normal.
Yep. So, how are things at Fian?
Things at Fian are going. They have a hybrid model going.
Like St. Mary's Sacred Heart.
So half of the student body is in every day. So half the student body is not in every day, and it's an every other day system. And I can't speak for the teachers because I know they feel like they're teaching twice. Yeah. They're trying to do 2 things at once at every moment. They have rose to the occasion, and I think for the most part the students are responding well too. They're just happy to be able to be back and be together, even if they are 6 feet apart wearing masks.
I was really proud of the Fian community. Was it a week ago Monday when we had the first part of Mercy Mass?
That was Tuesday.
Okay, that was Tuesday.
That was Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like one big day. But everybody was so good. I mean, how many kids were there? 500?
So we did do an opening of school mass, Groundhog Day style, part 1, part 2, one for each cohort, and the students just spread out across the football field, and we were up in the stands all spread out, and the thought there is, if it's safe to be in the building 6 feet apart, and even outdoors for lunch 6 feet apart with a mask off, celebrating Mass is part of who we are, and so we can do it safely outdoors 6 feet apart. Everyone wore a mask the whole time, and God favored us with great weather.
Yes, both times.
Both days.
Absolutely. Same thing at St. Mary's Sacred Heart. Yesterday, was the first time we were somewhat challenged. We had bad weather, so drop-off was a little wet.
Yeah.
The kids came in needing to be wrung out. But it all went well. And I find kids are so good about following the rules. And I mean, I have to have a mask break.
Yeah.
It's kind of overwhelming.
Anita remarks that we were looking a little fat and chubby at our Mass today because of the aspect.
Yes, well, that's the...
And someone said yesterday was the same, so I'm going to spend some time in the morning maybe testing, and we'll
could be anything.
Work on that.
Let's see. So one of the things that Father Jack has become during the last 7 months is an avid... I don't want to say farmer, because farmers are outside for the most part, but botanist, I don't know. He has a love of plants. I think last time we talked about this, and I like to kill plants, hence why I have plastic plants
ones.
over there. Real pumpkins and gourds, though, so I can't ruin those. Notice that they're in the bowl, though, so that when they start to decompose, they'll just go, and I can just dump it. But
so with Father Rodney's permission, I started a peace lily intensive care unit on our second floor. We have nice big windows, and you may remember the beautiful peace lilies that had been living in Studio B since April.
Right.
All the way, they survived beautifully until we moved into the main church, basically.
Yeah.
And during that week of transition, I noticed they were having a hard time. So we repotted them, put them in.
They needed
regret
a ventilator.
to inform you that we did lose one, but the other 5, more or less, are thriving.
Yes,
and we're
hopefully
with some miracle grow. I'm going to wait till they maybe blossom once or twice, and you may see them again.
That's right. Because as you know, we are back at St. Mark and a Sacred Heart. We started daily Mass at St. Mary in person, and that has gone well. We've tweaked it so that we know, for the next step, which is moving into St. Mark, returning to that 8 a.m. Monday, Tuesday Mass. And, we're so thrilled by the numbers that we see each and every day. When I gave the final blessing tonight and we came around to where the computer and the screen they are, there were 64 devices connected. I mean, that's amazing. We never got that for daily Mass, so that's why we would like to keep that 4:30 at least for a little while. Let's see what it's going to look like, and so we're going to take the next step, and the new experiment will be: we used to have an 8 a.m. Mass. There are people who cannot clearly come physically for work-related purposes to a 4:30 Mass. So we're going to try, starting this coming Monday, Mondays and Wednesdays, Mass will be at St. Mark in person, no reservation needed, no need to sign in because we know who's there. And it likewise will be live streamed at 8 a.m. And you can always go to the Transfiguration of the Lord, a Facebook page later in the day, and you can just find the video and watch it. It'll be there. So we want people to stay connected to us. It's really important. I know that I've received, I don't know about you, but I've received so many emails, people who have just said, I haven't been to daily Mass in decades. It's been so nice to be able to go to Mass with other parishioners. And so, and certainly we have people from around the state and the country who are following. And so that's great. I'm happy that, it took a pandemic to bring us back to our dependence on prayer, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, is it?
And once we started welcoming people to the 4:30 Mass on Tuesday, Thursday, we've seen a new crowd, those who didn't come to the 7 a.m. I know maybe some who used to come to 7 a.m. at St. Mary's wish there was the 7 a.m., but the 4:30 has been able to kind of branch into a new crowd.
But I've also seen some of those old not that you're old, but our 7 o'clockers. There are some who I see live streaming with us. So thank you. Everything that we've done up until this very moment has been with you in mind. Your safety, your spiritual needs. We're trying, and I know it's going to be imperfect. We're not going to make everyone happy, but we're just going to continue trying to do our best for you.
And we've seen, I don't know, average maybe 12 people at the...
I had 13 yesterday at the 4:30.
At the 4:30, we've seen upwards of close to 20.
Yep.
Sometimes we have less than 10. But all in all, that was kind of the average attendance at the 7 a.m. on Tuesdays, Thursdays in St. Mary's Chapel. So all of these factors have led us to this decision to go back to St. Mark's at 8 a.m. on Monday, Wednesdays, but live stream it, and then keep our 4:30 Tuesday, Thursdays, and see how it goes.
And I want to thank those who took the time to watch that little test video that I put together a couple of weeks ago. So we bought a new iPad. We bought a new set of microphones. The technology has become so inexpensive, or relatively so, that we were able to buy a second iPad so that we actually can keep, we don't have to constantly transport. 7:30 in the morning, I don't think I'll be remembering an iPad or microphones. I'm still trying to come up with a homily at that time. So anyway, I hope that, again, just because the Mass on Mondays and Wednesdays will no longer be live streamed at 4:30 doesn't mean you can't go back and watch it. So if on Mondays and Wednesdays, you can always go to our Facebook page and watch the daily Mass. It just won't be live, and you won't be able to interact with people.
We could also potentially give it a try of scheduling it as a premiere.
We could do that. Yes, we've done with Rosary. We can try that.
We'll try it.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
Doesn't hurt, right?
And then those of you who like to gather at 4:30 can interact with each other, and we'll try that.
Well, I think that's a good idea.
And see how many people bite at that opportunity, because it's not that much more difficult.
You just have to set the time.
We'll play around with that. It might not be that way Monday, but
no, it probably
always
won't.
takes us a few days to kind of figure out what the capabilities of the tech is, which are always more than I think we know. From the beginning, you look back, all the way, all the things we learned about how to do live stream, how to use Facebook. Even tonight, I did something I'd never done before, and maybe it wasn't possible, but I set up the event, and then through the event went live.
Oh, wow.
So that those who, RSVP'd to the event would have been, automatically in or given a notification.
Cool.
Or.
That's interesting. Oh, I didn't know that.
So I had never seen that before. It doesn't mean it wasn't there, but anyway, new things all the time.
How long have we been physically back in church for weekends? Was it July?
No, we started May 31st.
No, that was parking lot.
Okay.
Pentecost,
wasn't it? Oh, it was. It was the weekend of July 4th, thereabouts.
Okay, so...
That's right.
For those who first haven't ventured out yet, which we totally understand, your safety, especially as you watch the news and you're seeing countries in Europe and communities around the States seeing an uptick in cases. We want you to stay safe, especially those who are most at risk. But if you haven't, been just an assessment of what we've experienced, because we pretty much have been the ones at everything for the most part. I think you'd agree with me that the 4 p.m. outdoor mass and the 9:30 clearly are the events that draw the largest crowds.
Yes.
People are very good about the social distancing, keeping their masks on. I've been edified to see, the cars up and down North Washington and Park, because we've run out of room in the parking lot. That's been great. I've been thrilled. I think this past Sunday, I asked Monica, we were at 79 at St. Mark, and we were, I think, 45, if I'm not mistaken, I should have looked at the sheets.
I thought it was more than that who had signed up, but maybe they didn't all show up.
They didn't all show up. I think it was for 45 or 46, but in any event, clearly people still aren't feeling all that comfortable, but we are seeing an uptick in people coming back physically to a church building, so that's great. We know that we've been extremely, extremely lucky when it comes to weekend weather.
Yes.
I think we've had 2 times when the weather was a little questionable. One time, definitely. But we know that
Really? Did we only have to cancel one?
I think we only had to cancel one.
Early on.
Early on, yeah.
There were a few others that there was some trouble weather, but
we thought
other
we
than
were gonna
that...
get electrocuted one day.
Yeah.
I quickly took over, if you remember. And it was the
I was
quickest
looking back
process.
at those old videos, and there is Ellen Parkinson doing the reading, and it's like black sky in the background.
Yeah, but we also realize that all good things must come to an end, and we'll have to. But we are going to continue. If God continues to give us good weather that is something that we can safely and appropriately have people at an outdoor mass, I want people to have access to the sacraments. And so until further notice, it's going to be a little brisk on Saturday, but Sunday looks to be a recovery day. So, and sunny both days. A little bit of rain in the morning on Saturday, but we'll still continue with those 2 masses. We do know, though, that we'll have to move into St. Mary's probably sooner rather than later, and we'll take that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
One of the things we have talked about is figuring out a way for people to remain in their cars during the service if they don't want to come in, or if we've reached capacity, and somehow...
I don't want to turn anyone away.
Yeah,
but
and somehow make them feel part of the celebration. And we haven't talked specifics of that, but you can remain in your car and live stream. There's also, I know, a church in the diocese that has plugged in their radio transmitter into the sound system in the church.
Which is something that we
as you know, our radio transmitter has a pretty wide reach. So we bring it into the sacristy. You can be in our parking lot, turn your radio to the appropriate frequency, and sure, you won't be able to see, but you're there,
Well, they would be able to see, because if they had a device
if
in
you
their
have
car.
your device. Yeah, so there's different options we're definitely thinking about and trying to figure out ways to...
And then making Holy Communion accessible to you after Mass. So we are thinking, I'm just praying that God will continue to give us good weather for the foreseeable future.
The Parkinsons are watching, by the way, and Ellen...
Ellen, do you remember that day? I do.
She says she'll never forget. Yeah, that...
So life after the parking lot. Do you want to go there? That word? Oh. Well...
That's up to you, Reverend Pastor.
Oh, gee, thank you. So one of the things that we realize is that, and now we're really seeking help for many reasons. You can, at this point, once I bring up the topic, we probably will not respond right away, but we are on our radar is that most magical time of the year. Christmas. Exactly. Christmas. We know that Christmas is going to be a logistical nightmare. We will not have 600 people at the 4 o'clock Mass or 450 people at Sacred Heart at 4:15. We can't do it. A police car is not going to be whisking me away after the 4 o'clock Mass so that I can celebrate the 5 at St. Mark. That's not going to be a reality. And so what we'd like, because we know we have a pretty diverse group of people, I need to get the word out, and this is why we are seeking your help, because I need to get to those Cape Catholics. You ever heard that expression? Cape Catholics. And I don't mean people who live on Cape Cod. Christmas, Ashes, Palms, and Easter. Cape Catholics. They're probably not with us right now. And so parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, if the subject comes up, ask your children, ask your nieces and nephews, ask your loved ones what they might feel comfortable doing for Christmas. The bishop's dispensation from the obligation to physically attend Mass is still in effect. We do not have any idea as to how long that is going to continue. We cannot offer 10 Masses. That's just not going to happen, because in between each Mass, the churches have to get disinfected. I know what it's been like on a Saturday when I have to do it just in between baptisms, because we're trying to get caught up, and I'm mentally remembering which pews people are sitting in. So just, if you have any thoughts about what you feel you would feel comfortable doing for Christmas. There are some people who, I want to go to church, absolutely, but you might actually realize when you show up, if you haven't made a reservation, or if we're at capacity, that you physically can't go. I mean, there are so many unknowns, and I'm not looking for sympathy or pity, but it's so difficult for us because we can't control everything. And as a control freak myself, it just drives me crazy. Safety is the first priority, yes, but making sure people have that Christmas experience. In effect still is the fact that the bishop's reopening guidelines say no singing. Merry Christmas. We can't even sing Joy to the World as a community. Well, technically, no, when we're together. And so we've got a couple of months until Christmas, thanks be to God. A lot of unknowns, but as you start to think about that, clearly we will definitely, whatever we do, there will be that live stream reality. Even once this is all over, I think there will be, we received a very generous donation. There's a wonderful camera system that has been installed at St. Mary's. Even after the fact, we will continue at least live streaming a couple of Masses, either daily Mass or weekend Mass for the foreseeable future, and even after COVID, and once we can finally get together again. So anyway, we don't think that you're automatically going to get a response, but we are asking for ideas, your feelings about gathering for Christmas. My guess is that people aren't going to be rushing to find a seat. At 4 o'clock Mass, people show up at 2:30 to get a seat.
Right.
That's just not the reality. So anyway, we would like to solicit comments, ideas. To someone mentioned Bishop Thean, Father Jack and I spoke. That's just not a tenable option at this time. It's not something.
No.
Even though the auditorium seats 1,200, we would be very limited as to how many people could even be in there. And remember, when you're indoors, it doesn't matter. You have to wear the mask. We do. And we don't even technically, when we're at the altar away from people, but we do it to be in solidarity. First, we do it to protect you and to protect ourselves, but also we're in solidarity with, we know what it's like to wear that mask. It's not necessarily the most comfortable thing in the world.
No.
It's not. It's cumbersome. It's tedious. All right. Oh,
Yes.
go ahead.
Huh?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I think that's fine. I was just thinking Christmas is, we're really trying hard and we're trying to gauge things. A few of the comments that have come in, which I think are worth definitely considering, is obviously there's going to be the live stream option, but are there ways we could make that more participatory? For instance, publish our Christmas hymn list early,
Sure.
so that those who are home can sing along.
Absolutely.
Can we put together? I think those ideas are going to be important because
Yes.
there are going to be big numbers who either want to stay home or cannot come because of capacity issues. And so how do we kind of foster that experience in a way that
That's good. That's really
that
good. Thank
is,
you, whoever mentioned that. That's a really good idea.
and I even have my own thoughts too. Do we make sure Christmas at least we utilize the technology to the best? So we have someone at the computer controlling presets,
Right.
so that you can see the ambo well, you can see the altar well.
Yes, we've done presets. It's just so difficult. It's our own personal devices that control, and it's cumbersome. It's tedious. It's not easy. We're working on ways that we
Yeah.
might be able to have better capability.
But the idea of at least for Christmas some type of program
Yeah.
people could download.
Yeah.
You put a PDF.
I'm sure if we ask our friend Monica, she would be more than happy.
So anyway, it'll you know what? It's as our Easter celebration was different, unique, a kind of hurdle to get to surmount. It was a beautiful celebration.
It was.
And
How
on
many-
Easter Sunday, we had 450 devices. So if anything, that's an option our town and our parish know is possible.
Yeah.
And I think we can look forward
Yeah, we don't.
to celebrating the birth of Jesus in a way that makes sense in 2020.
Yep. We don't want to host. I know I don't want to host a super spreader event. I don't want to be known as Father Super Spreader. So anyway, I think that's
Yeah.
I think that's good for now. So biggest mass change, mass schedule, everything will always be online in terms of daily mass, starting this coming Monday, Wednesday, 8 a.m. St. Mark, in person, live stream. Tuesday, Thursday, St. Mary, in person, live stream. No reservation needed. We will probably have at least one more, if not two, more fireside chats. One probably early on in November to just bring you up to speed on some other things that are in the works. And then one to really put our teeth into Christmas.
But there's a celebration before that.
But wait, we do want to offer everyone, if you're always looking for something new and exciting to watch, we have found on Netflix, what do you...
Down to Earth,
Down to
I believe
Earth
is the name of
with
it.
Zac Efron. It is really thought-provoking. And had we thought of it earlier, we would have had a little water demonstration tonight. So go to the Lourdes episode.
Yeah, the France episode first.
Yes. And that means you wouldn't necessarily keep the same order because I think it's episode 3.
Yeah.
But anyway, Zac Efron, Down to Earth, Netflix. Really interesting. A lot of fun as well. But having said that, there is a holiday that comes before Christmas, that comes before Thanksgiving, that comes before Veterans Day. What is it called?
Halloween?
Halloween!
Halloween?
I don't know about you, but I am ready for Halloween. I've got my costume. Would you like to see my costume?
What's your costume, Father Rodney?
I have a candy corn mask.
I have my plague mask.
Well, the reason that I actually have this mask is because Father Jack, you didn't know this. Father Jack loves candy corn.
Yum.
Want some?
I think that's your portion.
Oh, actually, Father Jack hates candy corn.
I don't hate anything.
So, to that end, bag. See what you want. I see the people.
Reese's.
Yeah, Reese's. I knew it.
Reese's.
Well, anyway, everyone, thank you for joining us tonight for our fireside chat. Hope that it was somewhat informative. If you missed the beginning, I encourage you to go back to watch at least the first minute and a half. And our friend Alexa let us down tonight, but then again, what else is new?
What did she do?
Well, she cut us off with Rockabye Baby by the Wackadoodles.
Well, maybe she'll listen this time.
All right. Everyone, have a good night. And again, don't be too tired. Take care. Alexa, play Rockabye Baby.
Here's Rockabye Baby by the Kaboomers.
The Kaboomers! Good night, everyone. We know how tired you are.
And to all,
A good night.
good night. I think it's time to stop this stream.
I think.